Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's podcast. My name is Livingstone Immunity. I'm going to continue with the series we started a few weeks ago 13 Secrets You Should Know About Life Before You Die. And today we'll be talking about secret number 3. It is okay to fail. If you haven't read the book, you can always go to Amazon and get the book 13 Secrets You Should Know About Life Before You Die. But today we will be talking about the secret number 3, which is it is okay to fail. A lot of people see failure as the enemy, so they are scared that when they try a business, they try a sports, they engage in a particular activity, they're gonna fail. So they tend not to engage in that activity at all. But I am here to tell you that failure is not the enemy. Failure is an avenue for you to learn. Young people nowadays are always in a hurry to make it big. They want to be millionaires at the age of 23. They want to have a successful business at the age of 25. They want to get married, be in a relationship at the age of 19. And when they start this business, they start this career and they fail after, say, 6 months or a year, they just quit. It isn't like that. See, I have never seen a successful man who has never failed in life. I have never seen a millionaire who has never failed in life. For you to get to the top of your career, for you to be a millionaire, for you to be very successful in life, you must encounter failure. And failure isn't negative, right? Failure isn't a disadvantage. Failure is an advantage. See, when you fail, it gives you an opportunity for you to learn from your mistakes, for you to learn from your failure and try again. But this time around, you're trying with experience. So when you fail, look back at the reason why you fail. Why did I fail? Why did this business fail? Why did this career fail? Why did this relationship fail? Why is this thing not working? And then you go back to your drawing board and then see the reason why the business failed. See the reason why the career failed. And then learn from this. Then go back and try again. Okay, go back and try again. R.K. Rowling said something. He said it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so consciously that you might as well have not have lived at all. So it is impossible to live without failing. When we were little babies, we were learning how to work. Remember, you were crawling on your hands and on your legs, and it got to a point you stood up as a baby. For those of you who did not remember, you can ask your mom or your dad, they will remember. You stood up, and when you stood up, you fell. You stood up again, you fell again. You stood up the third time, you fell. Some babies cry when they fall, but they did not stop because they knew in their heart of heart they had to work. They knew in their heart of heart they had to work. So when they fall several times, they stood up again. They stood up again. So what is happening to you now? When you were a little baby, you fell several times, but you kept standing up each time you fall. You kept standing up. But right now, you just fell in a business and then you quit. You start a career, it's not moving as you planned, and then you just stopped. You just stopped. What happened to that fire? What happened to that zeal? What happened to that continuous work for success? What happened to it? It is okay to fail. Now listen. When I say it is okay to fail, I do not mean you should accept failure. No. Because people accept failure and then they just remain in failure. They accept the fact that they're not good enough. They accept the fact that it's not going to work, and they just don't try again. That is not what I'm trying to say. I am trying to say that failing is okay, but you should not give up. It is okay to fail, but it is not okay to give up. You have to get back on your feet. You have to get back on your feet. See, when you're starting something for the first time, you're gonna fail. Thomas Edison, the guy who discovered the light bulb, failed several times before he got the perfect idea. So when you start up a business and then you fail the first time, get up. Push through and do it again. When you fail the first time, you are learning. You stand up, and then you go again. You fail the second time, it is okay. You get up, you go again. You fail the third time, get up, go again. If you fall down 6 times, if you fail 6 times, you stand up. 7 times, you get up, you keep pushing, you keep fighting. So recently, I started learning how to ride a bike. Yes, I do not know how to ride a bike, so I started learning how to ride a bike. And the first day I climbed the bike to ride, I fell down and I injured myself. Yes, it was crazy. I fell down, but did I stop? No, I knew I needed to learn how to ride a bike. I knew I needed to do this thing. So even when I fell and I injured myself, I went got my first aid kit and I treated myself. I went back the next day. I went to the bike the next day and I kept learning how to ride. I kept riding. I fell again the next day. I injured myself again. The second time I injured myself, I went back home. I took the first aid kit. I treated myself. The third day, I went back outside because I knew one thing. I needed to learn how to ride a bike. That is what you should do. That is what you should do. You should see the bigger picture. You should see the end goal at the back of your mind. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want. So even if you fail, you're not gonna stop because you have to achieve that dream. You want to get your PhD, you do the first experiment, it failed. You do the second experiment, you fail. Because you know what you want to achieve at the end. You want to have your degree, so you keep pushing. You keep conducting more experiments. You want to be a millionaire. You start the first business, it failed. You start the second business, it failed. You start the third business, you failed. You knew the end product. You know that you don't want to be poor. You know you do not want to be poor. So when the first business failed, the second business failed, the third business failed, you do not quit and go back to your bed. You get up, you try again. You get up and you push through. See failure as an avenue to learn. See failure as an opportunity to learn. If you invest a lot of money in the business and it did not work out, go again. Go again. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. You learn so much when you fail. You learn a lot when you fail. If you see a man who tried something at the first time and then he succeed that first time, he has not learned a lot. No, he only knows one way of doing it. But if you see a man who has tried it several times and has failed several times, that is a man who has learned a lot. That is a man who has learned a lot. Say you want to learn how to play the game of chess. You meet a grandmaster and then he taught you one particular move, and then you go meet your friends, you play chess with your friends with that same move, and then you won every person you played with that same move. Do you know what that made you? That made you a master of one move. You only know one move. You're like the king, the queen, you're good at chess. You only know one move. But if you meet someone who learned chess, several moves, and has failed several times, the first competition he went to, he failed. The second competition he went to, he failed. The third competition he went to, he failed. From his failures, he's learning. From his failures, he's learning. And then the fourth competition he went to, he won. Do you know why? Because all the past failures, it was an avenue for him to learn. All the past failures, he was learning. He was improving on himself. He was getting better. He was getting better. He was pushing through. He was seeing the moves of his opponent. He was learning. That is what failure do to you. Failure gives you an opportunity to learn. Do not see failure as a disadvantage. See failure as an opportunity to learn. Do you want to learn great things? Then fail. Fail, learn, and do it again. Do not be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. My greatest concern is not you failing. My greatest concern is your reaction to failure. What do you do when you fail? Do you sit back and like, oh, I am done? Or you learn and then you go back and push again? What do you do when you fail? And I'm going to leave you with this, that your success in life is directly proportional to your smart work. So when you fail, be smart about it and learn. And go out there and try. again. It is okay to fail, but it is not okay to give up. Never, ever give up on your dreams. Thank you.